Okay, good afternoon, folks. I hope everyone's well. So I'm a few minutes late. I'm just messing around with my I can't seem to get it to open multiple accounts. I picked a few more accounts up on Friday, and I set my guardian angel, and for some reason, it's not let me open any accounts. Maybe just once. If I got that on 19, let's say I got it on 99. That's on 99, ES exact quantity. If I click
Order
buy,
submitted.
it's coming up with this. For some reason, it's only let me trade one account. Let me just shut Replicanto down again.
Order cancelled.
Bear me a second. So Karina, good morning to you. Exponential, how you doing? Tim, how you doing, buddy? Daryl, how you doing? Okay, so Flowbots. I don't know what I've done in my, so if I go, I've got that set to account number 99. If I select account number 99, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I select buy.
Order submitted.
I don't know what I've done. It's been rejecting for some reason. I'm not sure why. I can only trade one account at a time, I think, which is a bit of a ball ache. Let me just look at messages. Orders. I don't know why it's not letting me trade multiple accounts. I don't know why. Everything's okay. So we got ES, we got 2000. That's the trouble. When you set Guardian Angel trade and you lock it out, if you've got any issues with it, you can't get back into it. I can't get back in till tomorrow. So let me just toggle off. So I know I can trade submitted. That account. Let me just try another. I think I can trade individual accounts.
Order submitted.
I can trade individual accounts, but not a bunch of them. I don't know why. Let me just check them all.
Order submitted. Order cancelled. Order submitted.
Yeah, that's strange, that is. Let me just check everything's right. So we got ES 2000 tick chart. ES 2029. What account am I on here? So I'm on 09. Let me just check again. Let's put that to 09. Exact quantity. Let's select all my accounts. I'm only going for one contract. Let's click a buy order.
Order submitted.
I don't get what's going on there, but it's a ball ache. For some reason, I can't trade multiple accounts on my Replicanto. Can anybody see any issues there? We're on 0925, we're on 0925, 2000 tick chart. That's the account I'm selecting. Let's say 07. 07, so that should be okay. Anybody see any issues? So we're on account number 007. There's 07. Everything's exact quantity. We're on one contract, so let's try and open an order. Buy limit order.
Order submitted.
What does that mean? Can't be submitted. Order status rejected. Why? Has anybody got any ideas why?
Order cancelled.
So strange. What's going on? Close and reopen Ninja Trader. So anything I can try, isn't it? Okay, bear me a second. Thing is, if there's an issue with something, it usually brings it up, doesn't it? Let me just shut it all down and reopen it. Bear me a second. My account is blown. There's nothing blown. Let's try again, see what happens. I got 10 of them. If I trade them separately, I'm never going to make any money. I barely take about 3 trades a week. It's going to take me about 5 years to make anything. Let's have a look, see what happens. Okay, connection, so rhythmic and Tradeify. Incidentally, I just picked a Take Profit Trader account up. They got an offer on, instead of 30%, it's 40%, so it's $102 all in. That's for the evaluation and the PA fee, which is really good actually. It's about the best I've seen. So if anybody is interested, fill your boots. Let's see what happens. So let's go for 89. 89. Okay, I think everything is up and running. So let's get Flowbots on. It's okay. I did update everything over the weekend. So 98. You can't trade 10 accounts separately. It could take you forever. I barely take 3 trades a week. Hey Tony, how you doing? So 89. Okay, so let's try again.
Order submitted.
Oh, it's doing it again. Oh my good God. So I got no idea why it's still order rejected. Why?
Order cancelled.
I'll tell you what, let's take the Tradeify accounts away. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Order submitted.
No, still doesn't. I
Order
do not
cancelled.
know what's going on. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's just trade 2 of those. Let's see if that works.
Order submitted.
No. For some reason, it's not letting me trade multiple accounts, and I do not know why. Strange.
Order
Let me just
cancelled.
bring this in, see if anybody's got one. So there's my accounts. Okay, so let's go for that one. Let's get the latest one, 20202. Let's put that on there. 202. So we got 202, 202. Let's just try 201.
Order submitted.
Won't let me do it. I've got no idea why. Can't be submitted. All the status rejected. Why? It doesn't make sense. No. 300 weeks is bad. That's going to take me 6 years. 6 years to make any money. I barely trade 3 trades a week, and I got 10 trades. So if I take 3 trades a week, 10 trades, 30 trades, there's no point in having all this if I...
Order cancelled.
I've got no idea why it won't let me. I can't see it's anything to do with Guardian Angel Trader. So if I take 1 trade a day for $150, and I'm going to make $150 every 10 weeks per account. So $1,500 every 10 weeks. That's going to make me equivalent of $150 a week. $150 a week. That won't even make me minimum wage. I don't know why it's not doing that. It's really strange. Really strange. Trouble is, I don't even see one decent setup a day, so I don't want to take one just for the sake of it. Okay. God, that's really annoyed me, that has. The only thing it can be is a Guardian Angel Trader, but I can't. That's the trouble with Guardian Angel Trader. If you make a mistake, you can't open it until tomorrow. So I'm going to have to trade one a day anyway. So, okay. Let's start with... let's start with 98 there. 99. Let's start with 99. Let's go for 2 contracts. So 99, 2 contracts. 99, 2 contracts. Up here, 99, 5 contracts on the MES. Okay, see what happens here. That's all I can do. But if you took 1 trade a day, even if I could find 1 trade a day, it's going to work out the equivalent of $150 profit per week. Kenny, how you doing, bud? Right, let's have a look. I'm going to have a play around later. It may be something to do with Guardian Angel Trader I've done. I'm not too sure, but until I go into the settings, there's not really anything I can do. Anyway, we'll see. So my accounts, it's all right, I was just checking. My accounts are definitely, yeah, see, let me just see if I can trade Flowbots. Let's just see if I can trade. Let's trade the newest one, 202. 202, and just try trading 1 account. Exact quantity.
Order submitted.
No, it's hard to know. That doesn't even make much sense.
Order cancelled.
That's really weird, that. Yes, 0925, ES 0925, exact quantity. I updated it yesterday. I updated this yesterday and I updated Ninja Trader. So I can't see that being a problem. I'm not having a good day today. I went to the gym earlier. I was lifting a weight on my shoulder and I felt a crunching sound in my shoulder. So I've had ibuprofen and ice on it all morning. I can't seem to have a bad day today. Let's see if we get a couple of attempts up here. What account am I trading here at 2000? Let's do one with something on it. Let's go 99. $99 on that. So first thing I'll do later is reset Guardian Angel Trader and see if that works. Failing that, it must be something to do with Replicanto. I can't see that Guardian Angel Trader, but let me do it all individually. I can't see how it won't let me do it multiple. Odd, really strange. Okay, so is this going to reach? No, for me, I think there's a good chance we're coming down now. Let's see if we can get 2 attempts to push up. Second entry short up here. I can, let me just try the Traderify. That should have worked now. Sorry, Traderify. I got a My Funded Futures. Yeah, that's working as well. Let me just restart this. I have done. So there should be my funded futures on here as well. Let me see if it'll let me trade the my funded futures account as well. Not my funded futures, sorry, Take Profit Trader. They got an offer on at the moment. So 99 and Take Profit.
Order submitted.
Okay, that'll let me yeah, so must be something to do with Guardian Angel Trader, because Take Profit Trader, I haven't got that set under Guardian Angel Trader. So it must be something to do with Guardian Angels Trader that I've done. I'm not sure what it is, so I'm going to have to reset it and redo it. The trouble is, I've made a few adjustments because I'm trading, excuse me, some of them on an MES and some of them on the ES, so maybe that's something to do with it. We've chatted about that before, Sean. I've gone in and you have to actually write the date, don't you? Which I did. So I'm not too sure why it's not working, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm trading a couple of accounts here. So 2 contracts on the, in fact, let's go for 3 contracts on the Take Profit Trader. So let's do pre-allocated. And let's do 3 contracts on the Take Profit Trader. And 2 contracts on this one. So looking for a couple of legs up. Yeah, 40% no activation fee. It's pretty good, that. Yeah, I picked one up. So if you do use one, I've got a code up there. If you use it, it's appreciated. I picked one up. You can see it here. Where's my order? Works out $102, which is good, actually. That's, well, obviously, if you, I would only suggest you do it really if you can pass one. I wouldn't just take it as an evaluation, because if you fail it, it's an expensive way of failing it. I'd stick something cheap with that. But if you can get accounts, Take Profit Trader, not my country, unfortunately. Where are you from, Neo? Let me just reload my data here. Let me just shut that down one second.
Order
Let me reload
cancelled.
my data. Are you from Croatia here? Well, I think they sort of come out in the top 2 or 3 from what I can gather, from probably even closer to top the top 1, actually. I've listened to the CEO being interviewed. Apparently he's an ex-professional ice hockey player. And he comes over really professional. I was quite impressed. But $102, that's cheap. You use the 25. I have actually got a $25,000 Apex PA. I kind of did it by accident. It's right. The reason I reset it is I look on Prey and Hole's got a lower high there. Actually, he's got a failure there. I haven't got that on mine, but looks like that's going to work. I'm not sure what chart he's using. There's Thomas Way's chart. He hasn't got it. He's got the same as me, so maybe he's using the second chart. Change from intraday to end of day drawdown in the pro play. Yeah, I'd much prefer that, especially if you've got a runner. And what I like about it, you can go for bigger moves, and if it takes you out for break even, it doesn't affect you. The only thing, well, I wouldn't even say it was negative. The thing about Apex is, what I like is, at the moment, it's 80% off. It'll cost me $35. Now, I trade my evaluations quite aggressively. If I fail it costs me $35. With the offer, Take Profit Trade, if I fail it, it's $102. Now, the simple answer is I just need to take more care when I'm trading it, which I am. I'm trading 3 contracts on it. Usually I max out when I go Apex, and I kind of get 1 in 3, 1 in 4 hit, which is still the wrong way of doing it. But if what I'd like is 5 my funded futures, 5 Take Profit, 5 Traderify, and 5 Apex. I'd like to have a little bit of every piece of the pie. That way, if something does happen to one of them, you're not financially affected. It is, absolutely, Karina, absolutely. I did some evaluations on Friday evening and I traded them for 3 contracts maximum. And I went for a bit bigger move and it helped. But I wouldn't suggest, unless you're trading the news to pass an evaluation, which I wouldn't suggest unless you can trade and you can make money, because you're just getting lucky. But I wouldn't suggest trading 10 contracts unless you're going for the news. If you are going for the news, 10 contract, it works a fair amount of the time. But apart from that, the trouble is you could win a trade, but the movement up and down in a bar when you're going for 10 contracts can, with a drawdown, cuts into your drawdown, you can blow an account without even losing a trade. So I wouldn't suggest doing that. I certainly wouldn't suggest, even if you're trading aggressively, I think even 5, I wouldn't do any more than 5 contracts. I've traded silly lately. I am trying to stop that. But what I like about Take Profit Trader as well is you have to do minimum of 5 days. So there's no real rush. I think the most you can do in a day profit-wise is 50%, which is $1,500. But it forces you to slow things down now, which is why I'm only trading for 3 contracts. Okay, so we do look to have a bit of a channel down. I would want a lower high here or a triple test up here. I wouldn't just want to take that. By the count, it's a second entry short, but it's not really 2 legs, is it? The trouble is sometimes it just does it anyway. Who knows? Yeah, they have just changed their payouts. Is it them that's just changed the payouts or another company? No, I think it's Take Profit Trader. Automatic instant payments, aren't they? Mind you, the good thing about companies like Take Profit Trader doing that automatic, it just forces everybody else, all the other companies, to follow suit. I mean, going back a year or so, you had to trade for a minimum of 25 days to get a payment with Apex. Well, you can guess how many people did that. And then they brought it down to, I think it was 10 days and then 8 days, which is much better. So the good thing about having more companies in the space is that our deals just keep getting better and better, quicker payouts, and kind of cheaper, cheaper sort of purchasing. Yeah, the only thing I can think about is why I can't use that Replicanto. I've obviously done something in Guardian Angels of Trade. There's nothing else I can think of because it's letting me trade one of my Apex accounts. The only second account I can trade with it is Take Profit Trader, and that's one I got about an hour ago. I'd reset all my Guardian Angels of Trade. I think there's an issue somehow with how many contracts I can trade. Yeah, UProfit, in fact, was the first. No, it was the second one. I think it was Earn to You, which was about 3.5 years ago, which was the first company I used. Then I went Earn to Trade, and then someone suggested Apex, and I kind of stayed there. I know Apex have had issues, but they are trying to improve things. But I think you're forced to. You have to sort of keep up with the rest so they can, they've got to kind of sort things out a little bit. But one of my favourites at the moment is Traderfire. I like the fact that you can go straight to funded. I wouldn't suggest it for any new traders. Absolutely not. It's too expensive. Stick with your cheap evals to get a taste of how things are working. So on this, there is a second entry short here on this range chart, which I don't actually think that's that bad. But I'm just not sure what's going on here. We may push up to this line, so not only that, it is a little bit stacked up here. It is a second entry short. There is a bullish bar that's triggered, but it is a little bit sideways. So I think the sensible order of the day, it may work, it probably will, but at the moment we're kind of chopping sideways. We've got a leg up. We could have 2 attempts to go lower and a second leg up. My guess is we're probably going to come up and test this area before we go any lower if we do so. I'm just sitting tight at the moment. If it comes down or it goes up, it's toss of a coin to me. You're not going to know whether this is going to go up or down. There's a small percentage that it's more likely to go down purely because this, but just what I'm seeing now, I think if you're going to sell this market, sellers are going to be up here. So in fact, let's test that theory and have a look on Bookmap. But I'm guessing they're going to be up here somewhere. Let's have a look. 55. Where's 55? Oh, that's way up here. Where's the next lot? 42.50. Okay, so you can see that. Let me just bring that in. Let's make this a bit bigger. Yeah, there's 117 orders there at 42.50, which is there right at that line. So my guess is if you're going to sell this market, that is the best place to sell it, which for me means I wouldn't even consider getting into this at the moment until we get to this area. Then I still want to see a good entry. So this second entry short on the there's no guarantees it's going to get up there, of course. Obviously that makes a difference. Aggressive buyers and sellers, if you get aggressive sellers, it won't get up there, and they're the people who obviously just click the sell button. But there's a second entry short here on that range chart. I'm avoiding this, 1 because it's choppy, and 2 because we know we got a bunch of sellers around about this line here, which kind of makes sense. So I'm staying out of this. So Bookmap can be useful if you're not 100% sure about your decision making process. Do you know, I've got no issues with trading evaluations aggressively, but my honest opinion is about PA accounts. That's when you need to start taking things seriously. And I say that with me in mind at the top of the list, because when I seem to get accounts to $1,500, $2,000, I seem to be very, very careful with it. What I should do is I should be that careful with those accounts when they're at $1. Because you've taken the time and paid the evaluations. There is a lower high here now. But my issue still is the same. It's still choppy here. So while it's doing this, let me have a look. I'm just looking for any kind of sellers at kind of that area. Let me have a look. Yeah, I'm by far an expert on this. So I'm looking at these sellers here, 42.50. It's, apart from all this, it's the next kind of largest number between this level and this level. So my guess is there's sellers of some sort there. So I think there's a good chance we get a move up to this level. So it's just a reason why we're getting short. So whether I'm reading it right, I'm not sure. I'm just looking at this level here where there's passive sellers. In other words, limit orders waiting to possibly fill. We know price moves towards liquidity, but obviously you've got to take the aggressive buyers and sellers. If there's a huge amount of aggressive sellers here, it won't get up there. That's kind of my understanding of it. So, but I wouldn't want to get into... Is that about right? Is it? I don't... Yeah, I'm by far proficient on that. You are ready, the Delta. You are ready, the Delta. Are you on about reading the Delta or something there? Yeah, all I can see is those orders up here, which are around about where this line is. So my gut is I wouldn't want to get into a short here with those sellers there. And not only that is, look at this now, it's stacking up proper. You're reading Delta. You're about, I need to read Delta or I'm reading it. Let's get it back up a minute. I've played around with this, but I haven't really looked into it too much. But from what little there was 1,100 sellers, not 100. well, I think the main point I was trying to make is there's a bunch of sellers there which seem to be slightly larger than anywhere else. You're looking down here, are you, or something? Yeah, what I was looking at, my understanding of this is where passive orders are, i.e. if I was putting a sell limit order up here, and I can see it says 1, 2, 3. Now, whether that's 123 sellers, 123 contracts, I doubt. It's probably more than that. I'm not sure, but it's larger than any other number up to there and down to there. So my understanding of it is the larger the number here, the more chance it's got of pushing up and filling those, because we know price moves towards liquidity. But then you've got to take into consideration aggressive buyers who just decide to buy or, hit the sell button. Look right. Where am I looking here, bud? Am I right in saying if there's larger orders here, it's more likely to get to that level? Where am I looking? Right where? I'm just going with kind of what sort of YouTube videos I've kind of know as in. Price 6425. 640 here, yeah. On the ladder on the far right. You're on about here. Okay. What's the difference between this and this then? Yeah, I can see those orders there, and that is okay. Those. So you're looking at this area now here, aren't you? The orders are increasing here. That's what I was looking at. 42, which is about here. So there's larger orders here. Why can I not see those larger orders here? Sitting on the offer. So why are they not here? Do you know, I've watched a bunch of videos on this and I've never heard anybody explain it like that, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, sometimes when you get these massive, big, thick red lines up here, sometimes it just doesn't get up there, does it? Sitting on the offer. Yeah, I need to look into this a bit more. I mean, I don't even use it, in all fairness. I just like to know what it was doing, but based on what I can see here, it's more likely to push up, isn't it? What is COB? Current order book, isn't it? Current order book. Yeah, see, as a PATS trader, I don't know whether it really helps us, does it, learning how to use that, or does it? Maybe it does. I've looked at it on and off for a year or so now. This is dropping now, isn't it? I wonder if... the market moves because of order flow. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, Dan's got that, which is okay. So it's all right. I was just having a flick through to find out who got what. That's still kind of a bull flag, isn't it? Push up with this. I still think there's a chance to go lightly. We're only from from today's highs, we're only about 40 points away from all-time highs. the logic was okay. I'm just saying there was 10 times as many sellers sitting on the order book. Yeah. I mean, you know how I trade, Tony. Would learning how to use that properly benefit me? Just for, picking up 3 points, or am I better off just to keep watching the price action as I trade it? What do you think? So, leg up, sideways, leg up. I'm still looking for a short up here somewhere. If I can find a second entry short up here. My old trading friend just stopped to say, how's everything? I like your watch. Thanks, mate. I recognise your name. We've spoke before, haven't we? My old trading friend. Just, oh, I see. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm going to say I recognise your name. I'm all right, mate. How are you? I hope you're well. Good. It's been slow progress, but this year I've made way more money than I made last year and before and all. Well, I've made more money this year. I've made 30% more this year so far than I made last year. So I'm headed in the right direction, mate. But yeah, I recognise your name. How you doing, bud? Yeah. It's been a good year. I had 5 great months, then I had a little wobble, blown some accounts, but I'm back up now. It's not a straight line, is it? There's lots of sort of zigging and a zagging, isn't there, on your way up? We start the struggle together. Yeah, great. It's nice to see you, bud. Yeah, I recognise you. There was another guy I chat with once in a while on, what was his name? I chat with him once in a while on Bookmap late in the evening sometime. Another trader. Yeah, there was you and there was another guy. No, it's not straight, is it? But I think if you're persistent and you keep trying and keep learning, I think really in any type of job, you'll only really get better. You'll only improve. I mean, if you sit here every day, those emotions won't have the same effect. They'll start to dull a little bit. And obviously, the one thing we focus on the negative stuff, the one thing we tend to forget is our skills are being honed as well. So, but I'm in a good place now. I like where I am. I'm happy. I'm not feeling miserable. I still have my little hiccups, but I bounce back a lot quicker. There's lots of stuff on Bookmap. I don't know whether Bookmap really helps me as a Pats trader. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. It's nice to have some old faces pop in from time to time. Yeah, you take it easy, bud. Stay safe. Oh, that's nice. Nice when you get some old faces. I've been here now 2.5 years. I've been live streaming. And you get people come and go. They're kind of getting on with their own lives and, doing their stuff. And it is nice to get some old faces that pop back in, or old names, shall we say. It's quite a small business, this, and, everybody knows somebody who knows someone. It's kind of nice, that. I like that. So, what I'm looking for here is something like this. A couple of legs up, a little bit of a fail break out of this. Why can it not let me do that? I'm looking for something like that. A fail break out of here, testing this line somewhere. Let me just get an order here, just in case we get a short here. That midline looks nice to me, so 2 complete legs up. I'm looking for this to finish here in a bearish bar. I'd prefer that to tick above there. There is a hidden second entry short there. I like that. Let's see how it finishes.
Order submitted.
Okay. Let's see if this works. 2 legs up, fail break out of here, off this key entry point here. Let's see if this works. It's $150 risk, so it's not a huge risk. It's actually a pretty small bar, I got to say. It's a very small bar. Consider I'm trading 2 contracts. Fact, it is 2 legs up. It looks like 2 legs up. It's a little bit more than a measured move. In fact, let me just bring that down here like that. And push that to there. Oh. Looks like a failed breakout. Let me just pop that there like that. Tempted. I mean, there's a triple test here. I'm tempted to try and take some more out of that, but let's just not be greedy. Let's just take the 300 if we get it, of course. Just going to put that there just in case. I don't like the fact that it's come back up, so it's pushed up to there. So let's get out for break even, see what happens. Mind you, it's not a huge risk, is it? Let's just leave it where it is. Something I don't like about this.
Order filled.
Okay, out of break even. It's come back quite a lot, actually. If we get a lower high here, we'll be okay. Someone else has taken it. See if we get a lower high. So I'm out for break even anyway, so see if we get a lower high. Sometimes it will come back and get you, but after such a strong move down, I'll be surprised if it come up that far. Yeah, okay, so I was right to get out of that for break even, so now is that any better?
Order
There's a lower high
submitted.
there. It's strange how it's done that. That's what makes me nervous.
Order
I'm going to take
submitted.
this on this. It's a second entry short. You could say triple test. So I think there's a good chance that's going to push down from there. That's quite a bit of rejection there. So we'll see. I may try and take a bit more here and just follow this down. I think there's a good chance this is going to flush down there. We'll see. I don't like the way that keeps trickling back. I'm going to get out of this. Something about this I don't like. It's a second entry short, a big bearish bar. I'm just going to leave it, see what happens. Something about I don't like. Got a leg down with a correction. There's a lower high now, so that's slightly more positive. Sometimes you just got to hold on. Not a fan of the wick. Bullish bar there, triggered. Hopefully we get a flush down. Come on, drop, 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 drop. Should do, hopefully. Be some stops there and there, I dare say.
Order filled.
Did I get there? 375, that'll do. It's probably going to come a bit more. Yeah, as I should have held on. Well, it is what it is. I got something out of it anyway. You don't like that two-legged move and bounce. Let's have a look. Some of them took it. I'm really surprised with that one didn't work. I really am, because that to me looks like a hidden two legs up and a hidden second entry and a bounce off here. It's frustrating to see that it came down there, pushed a tick higher and did what I expected to do. So let me have a look. I think a few took it. Okay, so Marco took that big bearish bar. Who else took it? Taylor took it as well. Bart took it for 2 points. Yeah, I held on because I'm looking on here. There'll be some longs there, I dare say. Because that pushed above there, I dare say there may have been a few longs that bought that. They're thinking that just got stopped out. Maybe some longs there, but looking on this bar chart, there and there would be the place for me. So I ended up getting 3 3/4 points out of it. So I thought it was worth holding on a bit more, just to the bottom. So I got out around about here. Could have got another point, but sometimes you're better off to guarantee something and just get out. So I got 570 off take profit trader because I'm trading 3 contracts there. And on one of my PAs, I got 375. So you skipped it because it was just a first entry. Well, look at this. If you have a look at this, Mac will talk about this. Looks to me like 2 legs. So you can get something called a hidden second entry short. So if you look on this range chart here, we got a low. It's a second entry short on the range chart. So that's part of the reason why I liked it. If you look on the MES, another glance at the top as well, that is a second entry short. There's a new low after this. First entry, as soon as that's break. So there's a second entry short there on the MES chart. There's a second entry short there. And it's a lower high off this. And for me, it's confirming that channel again. I like the channel because you can see how it's playing a part there on that midline. So I think it's one of those trades I think you've got a feeling about it, you know what I mean? I'm really shocked that didn't work, and that did. The first one isn't a second entry by the count, but it's a hidden second entry. That one is, because it's a double bottom. So there's the first entry. There's the second entry. So that is a second entry short, lower high. So it's one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those ones you kind of go, I like the general overall look at this. It is clear 2 legs up. The only slight negative is why didn't that one work and why did that? And that's what I don't get. I mean, it worked for a scalp. If that worked for a scalp, Mac will mark it. Yeah, you'll mark that. He'll mark that, Mac will, and he'll mark the lower high there. Second entry short, but I'm surprised that came back, ticked it out for a tick and then came down. It didn't make sense, that to me. So that was a break even, and that was 3.75 points. So it just doesn't make sense there. So I'm going to put that as a hidden second entry. Let me have a look. So I'm going to put that as a hidden second entry. Sorry. No colour here. So let's put that as a hidden second entry short. So we're going to put that as break even. Break even. Something about it I didn't like. And that one I got 3.75 points. So we're going to call that a second entry short stroke lower high. So second entry short. So second entry short stroke lower high. That was plus 3.75 points. I'm really surprised that didn't work. Clear congestion. It looked like it was a failed breakout. If you draw your trend line from the highest point of the session, that hidden second entry short did not quite touch. What I liked about it is we're ranging and it's a breakout, so I treated it as a failed breakout. Now, whenever we get this sideways stuff, often when we get a breakout one end, we get a breakout the top. So that's what I was looking for. So we got 2 clear legs up, hidden second entry short, failed breakout. Let me have a look. So if I take that up where? To the higher there thing, to there. That doesn't matter too much to me because I treated it more as a failed breakout. But sometimes things just don't. See, if I look at Taylor's chart, Taylor's got it. He didn't take that one. See what I mean about the hidden second entry short? We've got a channel with a break and a new high. He's got it off there. Why didn't he take that one and that one? I don't quite get it. Unless he was waiting for the lower high. But see how we got a push up sideways and a push up. Strange. Marco took that one, same one as me, but the first one he didn't. And Taylor took it as well. That guy took the first one, same as me. Let's have a look at Thomas Wade. What did he do? See, that to me is Thomas Wade's kind of trade. See what I mean about it ranging? Fail break out the top, but it failed by a tick. See what I mean about the channel with a break and a new high? See, he's got it like that. Even though we got a break, 2 clear legs up and then down, I just didn't expect that little extra move, which was a little bit odd. Normally, I'd expect it to launch down, but when it started to come back, that's why I got out, because I didn't expect that. Usually, these types of trades just drop like a stone, but that didn't, and in fact, that one didn't either, which... Yeah, I waited and avoided the wick out, because to me, yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? So... Let me just see if anybody else took that first one. Yeah, it's just frustrating when it does that, takes you out for a tick. I'm really surprised that didn't work and that one did. Having said that, what I will say, 2 legs up, it did get back to the EMA, so for a scalp it would have worked, and I 100%, well, I'm 99% sure Mac will mark that. The reason it didn't work for me is it went down for 2 points, or a bit more, but it didn't give me my 3 points, and that might be why. So, yeah, depending on where you got in it, it would need to push the 2 1/4 to get 2 points. So if you took it for 6 ticks or a point, it works. So I think Mac will probably mark it. Sides of the range have been pretty good. But what made you decide only to go for 3 points? That one there. The reason I like 3 points is because it's kind of like 1-to-1. And I like the fact if I lose a trade, I can more or less get kind of break even with a winning trade. And what I will say is really good setups always make 3 points plus. So I kind of like it. If I'd have gone for much more there, what did I get there? I went for 375, which was, it would have had to push through to 4. So it went down for a bit more and then pulled back so far. But I like it because, yeah, Mac will mark it because it's a hidden second entry and it's 2 legs up. And that's what I liked about it. I'm surprised more didn't take it, and maybe they did. Range was too broad, Thomas Wade said. Push to a new low. Range was too broad. Not sure what that means. Someone said it looks like 1 leg up. That looks like 2 legs up to me. Leg with a pullback and a leg. I don't know. Well, we'll see if Mac marks. I'm pretty sure he would. How you doing? Already got my 2 winners for the day. Done already. Enjoyed the stream. Good on you, mate. Nice one. Took that trade also. The second entry short earlier. today, working towards my first payout. What's your opinion on calling it a day versus continue on trading? If you're up a trade or two trades, I would always say finishing the day green is a good sign. I've always liked that attitude. Get your money, get in, get your money and get out. But it depends. If you're a consistent trader and a loss doesn't affect you, it may work for you to stay. If you look at my streams, I very rarely take another trade when I get a winning trade, because what I hate more than losing a trade is winning a trade and giving it back. So I very rarely do that. There is a lower high here, see? You could even say that's that, but it's a bit kind of weird, isn't it, at the moment? Always tell you what ranges do not second entry. See, what I liked about it is, yeah, it's a range. It's clearly chopping like that. We had a breakout the small one, which failed. And often when we get a breakout the top, it does, you know what I mean? So I liked it, but it's not, you know, it's one of those things. Sometimes trades I swear by, that Dan will say I wouldn't have taken it. And then when I talk to about Marco, but Marco told me Dan has a very distinctive type of trade. He looks for rejection. Because I took a trade maybe 4 or 5 months back, and I remember speaking to Marco later in the evening, and he said it clearly goes up, triggers a bar above, and then you can see a strong move down. But we all take different kinds of trades. So you traded it as range rules. Yeah, I mean, if you look here, it's clearly going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And we have a little leg with a break, another leg, and a bearish bar. Now, it worked for 2 points, so Mac will probably mark it. But now if I scalped a point or a point and a half or 2 points, it would have been a winning trade, and I'd have carried on. But I go for 3 points, so sometimes it's not always going to work. So that might just be the answer. There may be nothing really wrong with the trade. It might just be the fact that because I go for 3 points on occasion, you know, it's not going to work. But yeah, it is. What I like about it, see, a lot of these down trends, price will go sideways. It'll bounce off the bottom corner, bounce off the top corner, and then kind of come down again. But the thing is about what I've noticed about trading, it's not black and white, is it? There's so much in the way of a grey area. There is a lower high there, but it's chopping around a bit more than I expected here. So excuse me a sec. Okay, excuse me just for a couple of minutes. There's something wrong with my front door. I've got a guy coming to fix it. Let me just put a quick break on here a second. I'll be about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, sorry about that. We just had my front door wouldn't shut properly, so we just had someone come out. Look at it. So, how are we getting on? So let's go on to another account. Let's go 98. So what we can do on here. That's interesting. So Dan has got, Mac has got that chart as well. So hidden second entry short. In fact, that, can you see that green bar there? That's wick below. So that is a second entry short on Mac's chart. So I'll be surprised if he doesn't mark that. We'll see what happens later. Right, done with it. Let's put it back. So yeah, he's looking at the same thing. So he'll mark that one, and I reckon possibly that one. Channel down, 2 attempts to push up. There is a bearish bar there, but there's something about this I don't like. If this is a channel, I'd like to push up to this line, or at least the midline. So that may be a break. There's a few people got that 2 legs up with a break, lower high. Oh, it's warm in the UK today. I've got 30 degrees centigrade where I am. It's a real stonker of some warm weather today. We're hotter than Barbados today in the UK. You're in Houston with an officers, maybe. I got no sympathy for you. We got a pool out in the garden. I'm going to have a dip in that later. It sounds a bit extravagant. It's just one of those 12-foot round steel frame Intex pools. Yeah, 12-foot round. It's about 1 metre deep, so it's plenty for a nice cool dip. And I bought some air conditioning for the house. Well, I say bought it for the house. It's just one of those portable ones which I bought last year. I got to say, made a difference. We had it on last night for half the night. I'm just getting mauled by mozzies. I've got swelling on my arm. I'm going to have to get that looked at if it carries any worse. So maybe we get a triple test. Let's have a look. You're in Argentina. -1. Good grief. You associate with Argentina as warm, don't you? But you are very far south, aren't you? So I suppose it makes sense, doesn't it, that you experience some cold weather. I suppose you're kind of quite closer to the South Pole, aren't you? Got 40 degrees. Yeah, I suppose you're kind of in that area, aren't you? Yeah, we had some warm weather. I think we hit all-time records we beat that by about 5 degrees, actually. That was about 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, when we got to 38 degrees centigrade in the UK. I think beating our previous record of 33. So it's definitely warming up. Argument there. I don't mind the heat in the day. I can put up with any amount of heat in the day as long as I can sleep at night. I don't mind that. Most of these hot countries, anyway, you have air conditioning. You know, if you're on holiday, you got a pool, you know, to take your temperature down. Let's find out how other people are doing today. Let's see how what's it's doing. Alpine, he got crucified last week. How's he doing? Oh, he's picked up a few more accounts. The thing is, he bounces back. He lost about 70 grand in 2 days last week, but he's bounced back. He's picked up a bunch more accounts and he'll move on. He's still got a smile on his face. So that's what it's about, recovering, isn't it? I don't suggest sort of gambling them away and, you know, throwing one away. If it doesn't work, picking up a new one. It's not a great habit to get into, but it can be a little bit ups and downs. Is Natty trading today, is he? Let's have a look. I don't think he is. No, he's not. Oh, he's got a sore throat, is he? Okay. Bless him. Just looking for a triple test here. We got a bearish bar there, but it could push up and break above this. I call that one push, that a second push, just not high enough for me, to be honest with you. Suppose it's testing that bottom line. It may drop down, but I'd prefer it to push up here, really. Trouble is, if we have had a break, Thomas Wade hasn't got it as a break. Has anybody else? Taylor hasn't got it as a break. Marco hasn't. No. Mac hasn't got it as a break, so maybe if we get a triple test, it's got to push up there. It may just not get up and it may drop from here, but if I were getting this, it's really got to be up here. I wouldn't want to get in there. It's right in the middle of this. It may come down, but it could turn, push up, stop all this out, and then do what we thought it might do. see what we get here. Let's just get
Order
an order
submitted.
ready. 1, 2, 3, triple test. Still working down, I think. I'd prefer it to break above there and get close to that line. Okay, possible key entry point. See if we get a big bearish drop here. Got a bit too high now.
Order cancelled. Gotta be a lower high from here. Wait for a lower high. It's very tempting, that is. So channel break, new high. Oh, it's warm here.
Sweltering I am.
There is a second entry short on this range chart, but at the moment, I don't know what it's going to bounce and go a bit higher or what. I've got no idea at the moment. It's not super clear. I mean, there's always a possibility I could drag this down, and there's been a small break there with a new low. Okay, I think I'm going to knock it on the head there, folks. Just really hot while I am. I'm going to go out and get in the garden for a bit, get in the pool, cool off. I may come back and do an hour late when it's a bit cooler. So, best of luck if you're carrying on trading. A bit of an odd day today. We had that big spike up and then we've just slowly ground down. But I'm going to go and cool off a bit. So, best of luck. Don't forget Friday, 4th of July. Most of you US guys will know we got no trading. You're welcome, mates. So, have a good day. Have a great evening. Stay safe. We'll catch up tomorrow. Bye for now.